Life is strange, and no, I'm not saying that as a statement. I'm talking about the game. And in this video, we're going to talk about one of the most controversial things about the game, which is the ending. So to start off, we have to ask ourselves, what is Life is Strange? It is a game that came out, when the fuck did it come out? Well, there you go. Now, Life is Strange is what you would call a choice-making game, because your choices matter. There are lots of other choice-making games out there, some a lot more shitty than others.
But Christian, what makes a choice-making a game?
The answer, the fact that the player is given solid, often controversial decisions and must decide with how they want to proceed, and the choices they go with affect the course of the game. Even though a lot of the time this is kind of bullshit and the games follow a set story. Now obviously for the sake of the viewer there are spoilers ahead, and if you don't click off the video and blame me for your incompetence,
then I'll fucking kick your ass, you stupid piece of shit! You think I'm afraid to say?
Now, Life is Strange is a fairly unique choice-making game because the main character, Maxine Caulfield, that you play as can actually go back in time and alter some of the choices that you've made if you want. The story focuses a lot of time travel weird shit, which kind of makes it less plot and more puzzle solving. But in the end, you are left with one ultimate choice, and that choice is what we're going to talk about today. I have gotten this game on PlayStation Network. It's free, or it was the free game of the month or whatever, and I played it, and it boggled my mind at the very end with the last choice. You see, Max has a friend named Chloe who is at parts of the game literally your partner in crime, and throughout the game they build a strong relationship with each other, and at the end you have to essentially choose if you're going to sacrifice Chloe, your best friend, to save the town of... Oh god, what was it called? What is the town in Life is Strange?
Here's a summary from
Arcadia Bay.
Life
Arcadia
is
Bay.
Strange takes place in the
Shut the fuck up!
Arcadia Bay, Oregon, where a senior student...
Shut the fuck up. Arcadia Bay. Okay. Sacrifice your best friend Chloe to save Arcadia Bay from a F2800 tornado, or if you would like to sacrifice Arcadia Bay to save your best friend Chloe. It's really a shit end of the stick any way you go. A shit stick, it's all covered in shit. The stick itself is actually just made of shit. You're arguing over a turd, but you still have to make the choice. But what if I told you, no matter what choice you went with, no matter what button you pressed, you would have the same outcome? Now keep in mind, this is only a theory that I developed with my PhD in gameology in 8 hours that I could have spent living life like a normal person. But after extensive research and problem solving, the theory is this: no matter what choice you make, the storm will still hit the town. Now at this point I'm sure you've lost your ability to hear and are now saying, "But Christian, I thought if you sacrificed Chloe, Arcadia Bay would be saved." Well, yes, that is what the characters want us to think, but keep in mind that the characters themselves aren't entirely sure on the situation either. But when you think about it logically, the game has made it pretty clear that going back in time and altering events that have happened a long time ago doesn't do anything except add to the storm. So why exactly in this specific scenario, when you're going to sacrifice Chloe, would the storm be fixed to begin with? The game also makes it pretty darn clear that some things are just meant to be. No matter how many times it seems that you go back in time to save Chloe, she always ends up dying. Perhaps another thing that's simply meant to be is the tornado itself. The very first thing we see of this game is Max walking during the tornado up to the lighthouse. Now this first scene is actually very important to my theory because it's a vision that Max has of this upcoming Friday. That vision that we saw is in the timeline where you had Chloe get killed by Nathan Prescott in the bathroom, because if it truly was a vision of Friday and Chloe did not get killed by Nathan Prescott in the bathroom, then she would be present because on Friday, fuck me, I don't know, she is walking Max up to the lighthouse with her. So this vision is a reality in which Chloe wouldn't be there, and what sort of a reality would that be? The reality in which she was killed by Nathan Prescott in the bathroom. If you went back in time to sacrifice Chloe, there is still a chance, at least I think, that the town's gonna get hit. And I know that if you went with the sacrifice Chloe ending, you did get an end cutscene that is showing them at the funeral and shit like that. And you're probably saying, well, you know, funeral and there's no storm, so everybody's alright, right? And that's where things kind of get iffy. You see, we don't even know if the Max looking off into the sunset scene takes place on Friday or not. During the Sacrifice Chloe clip, we do see events change into other events in the form of pictures. Now, it's debatable whether these new pictures occurred at the same time chronologically as the previous ones. The most compelling argument I have for the reason that these pictures do not sync up chronologically is because the swimming picture happened at nighttime but changes into something that occurred at daytime. Now, if the pictures are not chronologically synced up with the previous ones, then the events of Chloe's funeral could have happened as early as Thursday. But even with the worst case scenario of these events lining up chronologically, there is still a town that is getting hit by a tornado. We see that in Max's nightmare, she's being haunted by pretty much everyone we've seen in the entire game. They're haunting her because whenever she would go back in time, she kind of generates a new reality of the different possibilities or whatever. It's complicated, I'm not gonna lie, this is string theory level shit. For example, at one point Max goes back in time to stop Chloe's dad from dying in a car accident. And she does this successfully, and as a result, it created a reality in which Chloe instead got put in a wheelchair due to an accident, but her dad is still alive. Now, this is its own kind of chapter. It leaves the player with the choice to either leave Chloe as she is with the crippling medical bills, debt, or whatever, and eventually she'll probably die, I mean, who knows, or to kill her just right then. Essentially, the choice doesn't matter because Max goes back in time and refixes the course of her own fixing, and now the dad is dead again and puts everything back to normal. However, that reality is still an existing one. So there somewhere in the time-space continuum, there is a grieving actual Chloe's dad and a Joyce, the grieving Chloe's mom. The only question I really have is where the fuck does Max go during this? Because, like, these realities are just, she probably just jumps between them and stuff like that. So we can conclude at the very end, if you choose to go back in time to sacrifice Chloe, there is still a reality in which the town is getting hit anyway. And so essentially, no matter what choice you do, the town is going to get hit. Now, I guess the reason I'm really making this video is to get more people on the Sacrifice Arcadia Bay side. I'll be honest, I support Chloe and Max's friendship. I think that their friendship is a good thing. But I mean, why would you even want to save this town? Everybody there sucks ass! You've got Jefferson the serial killer, Nathan the rich white asshole, Victoria's a straight up bitch, Frank's a drug dealer, David turned out to be pretty okay, but he's still a creepy son of a bitch, and Kate was gonna kill herself anyway. The only decent person here was... I forgot his name. I mean, the only decent people here are Warren and Joyce, but even Warren, like, he wouldn't shut the fuck up about going ape, and if you're not gonna stop talking about something for like 6 months, you deserve to die. And then Joyce, God forbid you gotta save Arcadia Bay because she makes good waffles. We need those waffles, guys. We need those pancakes and that bacon omelet or whatever the fuck it was, waffles. Food options in Life is Strange. Yeah, that was a legit choice. That was a legit fucking choice. Which breakfast food will prevent the end of the world? I guess at the end of the day, the choice is yours. But I'm sure if we got enough people to believe, then this could be an alternate ending. Please, God, up in heaven, let this be a real ending. You go back in time and you save Arcadia Bay from the storm, and you watch Chloe get shot, but it turns out that she faked her death. She had fake blood in a small pouch here, and when Nathan Prescott shot her with a rubber bullet, it popped and she acted dead. The cops were in on it too because they wanted Nathan Prescott taken down, and because Chloe faked her death, she got out of paying Frank's debt. Eventually, after a year or two or some amount of time, Chloe meets up with Max in a secret alley, and those two totally make the fuck out. They then decided to finally leave Arcadia Bay. Because Max got a very good, well-paying photography job, which requires her to travel as a BBC nature documentary film photographist. I don't even know. She makes calendars. And then Chloe fights whatever the fuck sort of animals she wants to. If enough of us believe in that ending, I'm sure it'll be a reality someday. All this talk of waffles is making me hungry. Oh shit, what time is it? Holy shit, it's like fucking 12 o'clock at midnight. Oh, I'm so damn tired. I just want this video to be over. If anyone's still watching it, why the fuck are you watching this, huh? Go home. Go do something. I'm tired.